Hello and welcome back to the Jessica Pinelli podcast. I just had to restart the recording. I only said like one line, but I actually have started to not record the podcast when with my Invisalign in only because I realize that when I'm talking for a long period of time, like non-stop, and obviously I do for the podcast, I get a lisp and then I overthink about it and then I can't talk. So I just had to take it out. Anyway, hello, how are we? We are going to start with my favorite angel cards. They are called the Oracle of the Light. I just had to look on the ground, the box is there. But we are going to do, set my chairs. We can't like spread them out, but let's do, I'm getting called to say three numbers. So I want you to pick a number between 1 and 3. So either number one, number two, or number three. Go with your gut, go with whatever popped into your head, and do not change because that's the number you're meant to hear. And I'm just going to choose from my hand one. Oh, this one's calling to me. Two. And this one, three. Okay. Do you have your number? Going to give you 2 seconds. All right. One, two, or three. I'm going to flip the cards and I'm just going to give like what I'm kind of downloading by looking at the card. I actually did this for myself this morning. This is why these cards are out. And then I did it for my one-on-one clients. So I'm excited to do it for you guys. Number ones. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in subtle realms. Okay, so what I take from this is you have guidance from your higher self, you have guidance from your angels, you have guidance from people, loved ones who have passed away, and they are helping you in the most subtle way on this 3D reality. So maybe you've been experiencing a load of synchronicities, maybe you like things have been happening and it's kind of uncanny. That is the divine helping you and guiding you, and you are on the right direction. So listen to those things. They're not just, nothing's a coincidence. I truly, truly believe that, and allow them to guide you. So that is number one. My number twos, birthing a new age. Oh, I pulled this one for my one-on-one client this morning. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So maybe you are in a part of your life where you are becoming a brand new you, right? Birth is life. So you were giving life to a brand new you, to brand new creations, maybe hobbies, ways of being, identity, all of those juicy things. And so this is really what I'm getting from this. This is pushing you to embrace that, pushing you to embrace this brand new creation, this brand new identity, this brand new world. And this is meant for you right now. And this is what you're meant to be doing, is embracing this new identity. And then my number three is deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. I'm recording this on a Saturday, weekend vibes, but doesn't matter. Whenever you're listening to this, this is probably a sign that you need to retreat, rest, and be held. You just need to retreat back, slow down, be into the flow, be into your feminine energy, maybe have a nap, maybe take some things off your to-do list for the current day and take some space for yourself, because that is just as important as working towards our goals. I remember when, just on this, a small side rant, but I remember when I was a personal trainer. Actually, no, this is when I first got into gym, and this was one of my second boyfriend. Actually, he was a personal trainer at the time, and so I was obviously training with him a lot. And one of the things he always used to say to me was, "You grow outside the gym, not in the gym." And honestly, for the longest time, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," but I honestly never understood it until I became a personal trainer. And I realized that the more rest you have, the more nutrition, the more time away you have for your muscles to grow, to recover, for you to also, now I know this in hindsight, but for you to also heal your nervous system, especially as a woman with our hormones, be able to, I mean, this is a fairly new thing for me, but cycle sync. That something just popped into my head. I feel like I'm going to source someone. I follow a couple of women who are naturopaths and know a lot more about cycle syncing and hormones. And I think I might find one I really resonate with and get them on the podcast. So definitely let me know if that's something you're interested in, because that's definitely, after I came off the pill 2 years ago, it's been something that has been very, very interesting to me. Anyway, I digress. So what I really learned from that is like, you go out the gym, not in the gym. And it's the same for this. Like, you need to rest, you need to recover, you need to retreat, you need to take time to replenish yourself and not think that burning the candle at both ends is the thing to do or the right thing to do. There are places where you do need to practice discipline, where you do need to focus to get towards your goal. But remember that included in that, the law of polarity, you also need to rest. So, those were the three cards. I hope that whatever you chose, you listened to firstly, because you obviously were guided to choose that number. But I hope it's kind of given you just that little push that you probably needed when it comes to that area of your life. But quick life update. I think I'll do a life update. So where are we? Really, I'm just in this creative, I've been sharing this on my story. I am just in this very creative mode for my business at the moment. I've completely changed my product suite. If you've been listening to the business series, I spoke exclusively about that in the last episode. And I've changed my product suite. I've just changed the way I'm doing things, the way that I'm approaching things coming into 2024. I'm not at a part in business where it's the scaling part. It's not necessarily building my business, it's scaling to new heights, new degrees. I've been doing a lot of internal work, so a lot of personal self development work when it comes to stretching my capacity to hold more wealth, to hold more success, to be more. Uh, in terms of the success that I have decided, remember that a version of success is different to everyone, and it's up to you to decide. And if you do follow me on Instagram, if you have been listening to the last couple of episodes, you will know that my signature mastermind, Will Mastery Mastermind, is open. It is a 4-month personal growth mastermind for high achieving women to master their subconscious thoughts and to be able to regulate and manage your emotions. If you, as someone, and you find that you're very reactive, you get triggered very easily, you are always scrolling on your phone, you're into personal development, but you find it really hard to take action, or you feel like you know a lot, so it makes you feel like you're doing something, but you don't know what to do with all that information. If you're someone who struggles to kind of move forward and to tap into your purpose, and someone who is just you're just ready for the next level, this mastermind is not for newbies. So if you've been doing personal development for probably only a year, it is probably not for you. But this is for women to come into a container, a collaborative space. So a mastermind is a collaborative space with both a group and a one-on-one aspect. So yes, you do get a degree of one-on-one coaching from me as well, but it's really to expand yourself to everyone inside of the mastermind. And it's for online business owners, specifically if you're a coach or a network marketer. It's for career women. You're kind of looking to break your glass ceiling. Maybe you've capped yourself in an income or a belief system or a self worth, the way you view yourself, and you really want to push past that perception. It's for my single moms, my mums overall, that just want to put time and love into developing who they are and their purpose in life. And then my girlies that are just into personal development. Maybe you've just come out of a relationship and you are really focusing on putting time into yourself, but you want to do that in a way that is going to get you the results that you desire. Deeper connections, attracting the relationships you want. This is overall for everyone, creating more money, attracting more abundance, feeling more fulfilled, and having a more enriching life. This is what Will Mastery is all about. And because it is a mastermind, it is application. I want to make sure that every single woman that comes in is going to be at a capacity to learn and listen and support, because that's the most important thing. And so, if you are really looking in 2024, because we start in January, you're looking in 2024 to have a group of like minded women. We all love self development, we all love reaching our next levels. And you want to be able to expand your capacity, learn how to regulate your nervous system, manage your emotions, be able to reprogram your subconscious thoughts, your unconscious fears, and truly be able to shift your identity and your self perception and your self worth. This is definitely the mastermind for you. And everything that I've been doing in this business over the 4.5 years is a culmination of this. It's my Will Mastery framework, connection, evolution, awareness. It's all about identity, reprogramming, and regulation. And it's really what I have been focusing on myself for the past 3 months. I feel like 3, 4 months. I feel like I definitely have put so much time and energy into getting to this point of creating this mastermind this year. And now I am just really able to focus on what I want to do for myself, not always business focused. And so I share this with you because if you resonate with the podcast, if you are loving the episodes that you are listening to, if you watch here on YouTube and you're loving it and you're resonating, this is definitely the mastermind for you. You can find all the links to apply in the show notes. And you can also slide into my DMs. If you want to know that if this is a good fit for you, I'd recommend come into my DMs over on Instagram at Just Pinili and we can chat. But I've been focusing a lot on identity shifting. So that is really the first phase when it comes to Wool Mastery Mastermind is understanding your current identity and how are we shifting into a brand new identity. And we're going to go into a little part of that in today's episode, but that's been the focus of my life. What are the things that I'm doing in the tangible 3D, but also what are the unconscious fears that are coming up for me? What are the ways that I'm operating that are not serving me anymore, but they are very subconscious? I'm kind of just like on autopilot. And I share this with my clients, but there is such thing as good autopilot where things aren't particularly bad, but they're not amazing. They're just kind of good, but they're still in the motions. If you're feeling like that, the mastermind's definitely for you. But that's where I was feeling with myself. This year has been my year, my word of the year is expansion. And I feel like I've definitely tapped into that. I feel like I have forgotten about it in some areas of my life, but more so over the past this quarter and last quarter of the year, I have focused more on that. And now it's to do with my identity. And so I've been doing a lot of that. I joined a brand new gym. I'm pretty sure. So, for those of you that don't know, I currently live in Brisbane, Australia. I can also hear our doorbell ringing. You can probably hear that doorbell. You know, when someone buzzes up because they have a package? I'm pretty sure I have an Amazon package. Anyway, that distracted me. But I have just been doing things. So we joined this brand new gym, and I'm pretty sure it is the biggest gym in Australia at the moment. It's called Total Fusion. It's just amazing. And, it's just, first of all, I love joining new gyms. I love being in a new environment, but just doing things like that. Now, I don't want you to get mistaken and think that I'm like, go buy these clothes or go do these things or sign up to all of these things and blah, 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 spend money. No, you don't need to do that. But I've also been doing like a lot of mirror work, a lot of journaling when it comes to understanding who I am and the way I think. And when you come into the mastermind, I go into the behind the scenes. I really go in deep into what I do, what's working, what's not working. Just because I do this for work, just because I've coached hundreds of women on this doesn't mean I get it right all of the time. And I'm always transparent about that. But in the mastermind, you don't just learn from me, you don't get support just from other women. You will get the behind the scenes of what I'm currently doing, which is really exciting. But it kind of leads into what today's episode is going to be about, a little download that has been, I guess, a culmination of downloads from all of my client containers this week. I've had the group calls for the Confidence Collective. I've had my one-on-one client calls. I've been in Voxer a lot with all of my clients. And a big theme. I always say this as I notice there's always a theme with all of my clients per week, right? At the collective energy with my clients. And this week is definitely purpose. And it's had me because I've been doing this work and because it's come up so much with all of my clients this week. I have been thinking about it a lot and I was reflecting on it this morning. And I thought, you know what, I was going to do something else for today's podcast episode, but I really felt called to do this. And so, one thing that I want to say first and foremost when it comes to purpose is something that we are always living. Everything that where we currently are in our life, where you live, what you're doing, your occupation, your relationships, your health, wellness, fitness, your money situation, whatever it is in alignment with your purpose because you have created that. And your purpose, you not I went down on one of the Confidence Collective calls this week. I went down like quite a spiritual road. It was actually really beautiful. But one thing I was saying is, we are kind of sent to this 3D world. And I truly believe that our soul has a overarching purpose, which I'm going to get to in a moment. But I feel that everything you are doing in your day to day is a culmination of what you keep playing into. And so when you keep playing into that, that really is your purpose. Because if it wasn't for you, or if there is resistance, or you feel that there is I guess, doubt around it consistently, then it's not to you, but that's always your indication to change. So I guess I know that sounds really confusing, but what I want to say is like every day you are living in your purpose to some degree, but it is up to you to refine that. It is up to you to find the excitement and the love and the things that are enriching your entire lifestyle, the things that are fulfilling you. I want you right now when I'm speaking to just go back to a moment where you felt really fulfilled. Maybe it was a moment with a loved one. Maybe you achieved a goal that was taking you a long time and you achieved it all by yourself. Maybe it was a certain amount of money in your bank account. Maybe it was a promotion. Maybe it was a first milestone that you hit in your business. I just want you to tap into that fulfilling feeling and the excitement behind that. And that is really what I say to my clients. There is steps and frameworks that I share with all of my clients. And these are the things I'll be sharing in Will Mastery Mastermind that really kind of help you weed out purpose and the enriching things. But the main thing, and I honestly, I do say this to my clients. So I'm saying this to you and I'm sharing this to you is you need to be able to tap into that fulfilling feeling in your heart space. I think for so long, we just go through the motions and we just do things. And like I said a little bit earlier, as I felt that I was definitely just going through the motions, the good autopilot. And you need to be very, very conscious of that because you can look at your life and say, yeah, it's not bad. Like I'm paying my bills, I have a roof over my head, I'm doing that. And it doesn't mean you can't be grateful. It doesn't mean you can't have an appreciation for where you currently are, but it does mean you should be always tapping into what is enriching, what is fulfilling. Now, most people will try to figure out their purpose by meeting unmet needs and being in that survival mode. So, if you currently have an online business and everything you do, the basis behind it is because the unmet need is money and you need money and you need to pay your bills, you are never going to get the result you truly desire, or it's never going to feel as you envision it does when you tap into your purpose. If you are just going if you were just going on dates and getting through men and women on dates just to get into a relationship because that's a goal you have or that's what everyone else around you is getting into, and you're not doing it for something to complement you and you're not doing it in a way that's enriching to your life, it's never going to be fulfilling. It's probably not going to be the right attraction. And so these are two examples that I shared this week with my clients. And most people, and you're probably, as I'm speaking, realizing that when most people are aiming to do things or trying to find their purpose by moving through an unmet need, by being in survival mode and thinking, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that. I need that to survive. That's basically what the body is saying. That's basically what the mind is saying. I need that. I need that. I need that. When really what you need to do is focus on the process, not the outcome. So, the unmet need, the survival mode is this is a framework I actually teach my clients. That is, I'm giving you all of the secrets today. That is the outcome. You do not want to start at the outcome. You want to start at the process. The process is your purpose and tapping into that, tapping into what enriches you, what fulfills you. Now, you're probably listening and going, okay, Jess, but like, I don't know what that is. You need to try a bunch of different things. You need to get out of where you currently are because I promise you, in your current comfort zone, if you do not expand your current comfort zone, you will never find it. You will never be able to get closer to it. The people that are trying to search for their purpose, or the people that complain that their life isn't where they want it to be, or it's boring or monotonous, or you know there's the amount of conversations that I've had with people that I've just met in a social setting, and they're like, yeah, but that's just life. I've got a good job and paying the bills and that's it. And I'm thinking, fuck me. That is depressing as fuck. That should not be your motivation. Yes, we're being realistic. Do we need money for the life that we live? Do we need these survival things? Absolutely. Look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We need shelter, we need water, we need all of those things, love, right? Security. But when it comes specifically to discussing the topic of purpose, we need to look at what enriches us and what fulfills us. So, for example, for me, I love helping people, I love serving people, but to go a step further, and I think I've shared this on the podcast before, is as I was transitioning from managing a gym and personal training, and then I came into this business, it was I wanted to connect with as many people, women, as possible to help them reconnect with themselves. And that is my purpose right now. And even when I say that, I feel it in my heart space, I feel it in my bones, and it feels really, really good. So I need to look at the best way for me to do it, the most fulfilling. Now, this is a different section of this framework that I shared with a client. And this is like, what is the channel for that? What is, just like we have channels on our TV, it's like there could be, let's say, I think right now, currently, Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl is on Netflix. It's also in Stan. And let's just say, just for ease of this, let's say it was on Amazon Prime. So it's on Netflix, it's on Stan, it's on Amazon Prime to be able to watch. And I think Stan is an Australian thing for all my Americans out there. Anyway, the channels. You have three ways to watch that. Now, I have all three of these different viewing subscriptions, and they're all different slightly. They all have a different user experience, but what you get, the outcome, is exactly the same. You will get every single season. What is there? 6 seasons, 20 plus episodes each. You will get the exact same outcome, but the user experience is slightly different from Netflix, from Amazon Prime to Stan. Maybe it takes a little bit longer to navigate the episodes. Maybe the introduction is different. Maybe the way you press play. Like, go, if you have different subscriptions, even if you have two, go look at the different user, the way the user controls, and they are different slightly, right? And I'm just giving this example to just help you visualize. But when it comes to your purpose, if I go back to mine, okay, I love helping and serving people. We need to get really, really crystal clear. And this is what I mean when I say defining your version of success. We need to get really crystal clear on what that means. And for me, currently, it's connecting with women to help them reconnect with themselves. Now, I could do that in personal training. And I'm going to give you this, I guess, not epiphany, just a thought I had yesterday. I could do that in personal training. And I was doing that in personal training. I was helping people. And then the step further was I was connecting with women. I was helping them reconnect to their physical self. But I felt like there was something missing. I felt like there was absolutely more that I could do. And so now here I find myself in this business. When I first started, I called myself a confidence coach. I specifically worked on confidence. Now, as I developed, I am both a mindset and a business mentor. And so I am helping women reconnect to themselves through their emotions, through their mindset, through their programming, but also the second option is through their business, whatever they are doing, their online business, whether a network marketer, a coach, maybe they have a product-based business. And that is the different channel. So just going back to the example of Netflix and Stan and Amazon Prime, right? The Netflix could be the personal training. The Stan could be only confidence coaching, embodiment coaching. And then the Prime could be what I'm doing right now is mindset and business mentoring. Three different channels, and I get to choose what is going to give me the most enriching and fulfilling purpose. Most people, you can be in a job right now and say, I really love certain aspects of the job. Overall, we all want to help humanity. We all want to help people. We all want to serve. That should be an overall goal. And I feel like collectively, especially light workers, especially if you're listening to this podcast, you more than likely resonate with that. But to a degree, whatever degree that is, you want to help people in some way. And so maybe you're listening and you're in a 9 to 5 that you don't particularly like. You want to get out of it. You want to do something different, whether it is a different career choice, whether it's starting a business, but you know fundamentally that the way you serve people, or maybe you're a creative or you're doing certain things, you actually love that. And so sometimes I see that women will stay in these jobs because there is the aspect which is actually what is heart driven. A purpose is always heart driven. See how the outcome of the unmet need, that is survival mode, that is driven by the scarcity mindset, whereas a purpose is very heart driven, very fulfilling. And so you will see these women sometimes be in careers that they can feel in their heart, it feels good, they like it, they like the outcome they're getting, but they don't like the channel of how they are doing that. So the next question may be, okay, Jess, how do I find that channel? You have to explore. You have to do different things. You have to try different things. You need to put yourself out there. One of my one-on-one clients, she met had a career change this year. She increased her salary. She has a different role. She's doing different things. And she knows it's not going to be her forever job in this 9 to 5 that she has, but she has found one or two things in this current job that really fulfills her, that is heart driven, that she has an interest in. But the current channel, aka that current job that she is in, she knows that's not the way that she wants to actually tap into that and refine that, which is absolutely okay. But if she never switched jobs, tried a different career, tried a different role, she would never know that. And so I know right now it may be really, really scary for you to expand your comfort zone. I know it may be really scary for you to do something different. And by all means, I'm not saying quit your job and of course, like if we're thinking logically and practical, search for a job, wait to get a job interview before you quit. And all of this, if you are in a current business, and I'll relate this to online business, if you are doing a current business and you don't like what you're doing, you don't need to do it. This is something for the first like 2.5, nearly 3 years of my business. There were certain things I was doing because I'd always done it and I just didn't like it anymore. And that is absolutely okay. But I hadn't given myself permission. It was like I was waiting for permission to not do that thing. And I got to the point where I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I am my boss. I am my own boss. I get to make the choices. But using that exact mindset shift is like, you are the boss of your life. It does not matter what your parents think. It does not matter what your friends think. It does not matter what society thinks. And someone said to me yesterday, you are always going to be misunderstood. You're always going to attract people that misunderstand you. Wouldn't it be better to do the things that you love and be misunderstood, but you love it, rather than do the things you hate and still be misunderstood? And I thought, absolutely. Absolutely. Why would we want to continue to be miserable and hate what we're doing and still be misunderstood? Because we're going to attract that anyway. So this episode really is for you to just start to tap into the things that are fulfilling and enriching and that are driving you. Don't be attached to what you are doing. Yes, you can have, I mean, the attachment to your career or the current way you run business is the survival, the outcome, right? The unmet need is the money or the clients or the status or the wealth or whatever it may be. But that is not going to make you happy. That is not going to help you tap into your purpose. Every single day is an opportunity for you to enrich that feeling inside yourself. Or when you tap into your heart space, you feel what feels really good to you. Every single day is an opportunity to do that, and you need to be able to use that. And the moment it doesn't feel good anymore in your body, the moment where there is more like, I should do this or I need to do this, that is the moment when you really need to think, is this the thing for me? Is it time to switch it up? Like I said, I'm going to a new gym now. There's a couple other things that my partner and I are doing, just switching around in our lifestyle. And it's because it's time for a switch up. It's time, like, if you want to break those ceilings, and again, breaking those glass ceilings, breaking your baseline, your capacity to be more and to welcome in more wealth and fulfillment and things in your life, which is, by the way, is a huge theme that I teach inside of Woman Mastery Mastermind, then that is something you need to do. You really need to stretch yourself. So if you're listening to this and you're vibing and you're still thinking, okay, I need support on this, definitely go to the show notes below. Apply for Will Mastery Mastermind. This is something we can work on specifically when it comes to 2024 and your identity. And in fact, when you do join, you do get an onboarding call with me. So a one-on-one 60-minute call, which means we can go through this. We can set a game plan. We can put some strategy in place. You know that I love the energetics to absolutely everything, but I also love the practicality. And I find that Will Mastery Mastermind is a perfect blend of energy and the practicality parts, which is what we need. We can learn so many things, we can listen to all these concepts, but if we don't know how to action it, how are we going to move forward? So if you're resonating with this, definitely, definitely apply, have a chat with me in the DMs to see if it's the right fit. But I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. I hope that it's ignited some type of fire in you. Just remember, just because it's November And which, by the way, I'm getting so fucking excited for the Christmas vibe and the Christmas festivities. But just because it's November, it doesn't mean you need to slow down. And I don't mean that in a dysregulated way. We don't need to go 100 miles an hour, but we do always want to do what is going to fulfill us and enrich our lives the most. How are we waking up excited? Every day I wake up excited. Yeah. Do I have bad days? Yeah, I had one like 2 days ago. Do I wake up tired and moody? Yeah, especially on the week of my period. Do I wake up and I can't be fucked with some tasks I have to do? Absolutely. But I am still so excited for what I do. I'm so excited to create content. I'm so excited for this podcast. I'm so excited for connecting with my clients and connecting with potential clients. Like, it excites the fuck out of me. And that's what I want for you. I want you to wake up and stop going through the motions and get excited about your life and know that it can be different if you're feeling like your life has just been like a hamster wheel for the past few months, for the past few years. So I hope this has inspired you in some way. If you love this episode, I would love for you to take a screenshot, share it on your story, comment below if you're here on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps. Leave a 5-star review if you are listening on Spotify or iTunes or anywhere else. And you can apply for more mastery. You can also sign up to the free training. It's in my show notes as well. But I appreciate every single one of you, and I will speak to you next week. Bye.